The galaxy believed the war was over. From the shining halls of the Galactic Council to the smallest trade stations, the story was the same. Earth had been attacked. Earth had fallen. Humanity was finished. The alien fleets that once feared human resistance now spoke with pride and laughter. They shared victory reports, replayed battle footage, and told each other that humans were nothing more than a short chapter in galactic history. Above Earth, broken satellites floated like dead stars. Old cities were dark from orbit. No signals answered the endless scans sent by enemy ships. No ships left the planet. No messages came back. To the galaxy, silence meant defeat. Admiral Korth of the Virelian fleet watched Earth from his command deck. The blue planet looked calm, almost peaceful. Too peaceful. He leaned back and spoke with confidence. "Record this," he said. "Earth is neutralized. Humanity no longer poses a threat." His officers nodded. They had destroyed human space stations, shattered their fleets, and forced their governments into retreat. What remained on the surface did not matter. Ground wars were slow and costly. The galaxy preferred clean victories from space. And Earth gave them exactly what they wanted. Nothing. Days passed. Then weeks. No human surrender. No cry for help. No final message. Only silence. Across the galaxy, analysts agreed. Humans had collapsed. Their leaders were dead or hiding. Their world was broken. Some even said humans had turned on each other in panic. Others believed Earth was already dying. The Council prepared to move on. Trade routes were reopened. Fleets were reassigned. Earth was labeled a closed system, unimportant and defeated. But not everyone felt at ease. A small scouting vessel, far from the main fleets, continued to scan Earth out of routine. The ship was old, its crew tired. They expected nothing. Just empty space and a quiet planet. Then the sensors changed. At first, it was a small signal. Deep. Far below the surface. Not random. Not natural. The crew ran the scan again. The signal grew stronger. Power readings climbed fast, rising from places no city should exist. Energy flowed through underground layers, spreading across continents like veins waking from sleep. Old human networks, thought destroyed, began to link together again. The captain swallowed hard. This shouldn't be possible, he said. Earth was not dead. Something was moving beneath its surface. Something vast. Something prepared long before the war began. On Earth, far below ruined cities and silent oceans, human command centers came online one by one. Lights filled deep halls carved into stone. Screens activated. Old symbols returned to life. Human officers stood at their stations. Calm. Focused. Ready. No panic. No shouting. They had expected this day. A central screen displayed a simple message, repeated across every hidden base on the planet. External confirmation received. Another line appeared beneath it. Final defensive phase complete. A woman in a dark uniform looked at the message. Her face showed no fear, only resolve. She spoke in a steady voice. "They believe we are defeated," she said. "That belief is their final mistake." Around her, systems warmed up. Massive power cores reached full output. Weapons older than the war, older than the galaxy's interest in humans, came out of sleep. Earth had gone silent on purpose. Silence was not weakness. Silence was preparation. Far above the planet, the alien scout ship tried to send a warning to the fleet. The signal barely left the system before human countermeasures erased it from space. No explosion. No debris. Just silence again. And for the first time since the war began, the silence belonged to Earth. The galaxy did not notice the warning signs. When the small scout ship vanished near Earth, it was logged as a systems failure. No one questioned it. Ships were lost every day across the stars. The war was already declared finished, and finished wars do not raise alarms. The Council archives marked Earth as quiet and harmless. That was exactly what humans wanted. Deep inside the planet, far below mountains and oceans, ancient doors slid open. Dust fell from walls that had not moved in decades. Human engineers walked through halls built in secrecy, their footsteps calm and measured. These places were not built in fear. They were built with patience. Long before the war, humans had studied the galaxy. They had learned one truth faster than most species: power invited betrayal. So they showed the stars only part of their strength. Their best weapons were never placed in orbit. Their deepest plans were never shared with allies. Earth's real defense was hidden inside the planet itself. In the central command chamber, screens showed star maps and enemy fleet paths. Human leaders stood in silence as data streamed in. They had watched the invasion from the shadows. They had allowed losses. They had accepted pain. All to protect one thing: time. A senior commander spoke, his voice quiet but firm. "The galaxy believes we are broken," he said. "They believe silence means surrender." A few officers allowed small smiles. "Silence," the commander continued, "means control." The first stage of the hidden network was complete. Power from deep core reactors flowed into systems unknown to alien science. These reactors did not burn fuel. They folded energy, bending it inward, storing years of force in perfect balance. The galaxy had never seen such machines because humans never let them see. Earth was not just a world. It was a weapon. Across continents, the planet's crust adjusted by tiny amounts, almost unnoticeable. Defense grids aligned. Long-range systems locked onto distant points in space. Human weapons did not aim at ships. They aimed at space itself. In a forgotten sector nearby, an alien patrol drifted close to the system's edge. The crew joked about humans, calling them fragile and emotional. Their scanners flickered for a moment, then returned to normal. They never knew they had been measured. On Earth, confirmation lights turned green across command boards. The final preparations were complete. Only one step remained: authorization. Every human leader knew the rule. Earth would never strike first. But if the planet itself was threatened, if extinction was chosen by others, then restraint would end. A message arrived from long-range sensors. Alien fleets were repositioning. Not retreating. Not attacking. Observing. The commander closed his eyes for a brief moment. He remembered the cities lost. The people gone. The cost of silence. Then he spoke. "Begin Protocol Echo Stone." Across the planet, systems shifted into a new state. Weapons moved from standby to ready. The planet's magnetic field was gently reshaped, tuned like an instrument. Earth was becoming something else. Not louder. Sharper. In deep space, several alien sensors reported strange readings and then went dark. Communication relays failed without damage. Navigation systems reset themselves into empty coordinates. Confusion spread. Admirals demanded reports. None came. The galaxy still believed Earth was defeated. But fear had begun to move through their networks like a quiet sickness. Back on Earth, a single message appeared on every human command screen. Retaliation readiness, 98%. The room stayed silent. No cheers. No celebration. Humans did not enjoy what came next. They accepted it. Because the galaxy had made its choice. And Earth was about to answer. The first strike did not look like an attack. There was no flash of light. No wave of fire. No loud signal moving through space. To distant observers, the stars near Earth looked the same as always. Calm. Cold. Silent. Then ships began to disappear. An alien destroyer near the outer edge of the system lost power for half a second. Its shields did not fail. Its hull did not crack. The ship simply folded inward, crushed by a force that did not touch it directly. In less than a breath, it was gone, leaving nothing behind. No wreckage. No signal. Other ships noticed too late. Human weapons did not travel. They arrived. Space itself twisted around selected targets. Gravity turned sharp. Distance stopped meaning anything. Alien fleets tried to raise shields, but the weapons ignored them. Armor, size, speed, all useless. One by one, ships vanished from existence. Panic exploded across alien command channels. What is happening? Report. Where is the enemy? There was no enemy fleet in sight. The attack was coming from Earth. On the planet below, human command rooms were quiet. Officers watched displays as systems executed orders with perfect timing. Each strike was precise. No waste. No rage. This was not revenge. This was correction. A human tactical officer spoke calmly. Target Group Theta erased. The commander nodded. Proceed to outer formations. Across the system, alien admirals shouted orders, but nothing made sense. Their maps changed faster than their minds could follow. Ships vanished behind them. In front of them. Beside them. No pattern they knew could explain it. One fleet attempted retreat. Their engines flared, pushing toward hyperspace. Human systems reacted instantly. Space tightened around the fleeing ships. Their drives failed before the jump could begin. Seconds later, they were gone. Still no explosions. Still no sound. Just absence. An alien admiral stared at his screen, breathing fast. This is impossible, he whispered. They were defeated. His science officer answered in fear. They were hiding. Above Earth, the planet's orbit filled with energy signatures never seen before. Human structures rose from beneath the oceans and from deep underground. Not ships, but anchors. Platforms tied directly to the planet itself. Earth was not launching weapons. Earth was projecting itself outward. Finally, the first human ships appeared. They did not rush forward. They moved slowly, calmly, like they owned the space they entered. Their hulls were dark, marked with simple symbols. No decoration. No threat display. Alien sensors struggled to read them. These ships are small, one officer reported. Too small. The human fleet stopped. Then they fired. Unlike the planetary systems, these weapons were visible. Thin lines of light crossed space, bending as they moved. They cut through multiple ships at once, passing through shields as if they were air. An alien cruiser broke apart silently, its pieces drifting with no power. The message was clear now. Earth was not defending itself. Earth was ending the fight. A surviving alien command ship opened emergency channels. Human forces, the admiral said, his voice shaking. We request terms. There was no immediate reply. More ships vanished. On Earth, the commander watched the request appear on screen. He waited. Not out of cruelty, but purpose. Then he spoke. Transmit one message, he said. The channel opened across all frequencies. This is Earth. The galaxy listened. You believed we were defeated, the human voice continued. You believed silence meant weakness. Human ships advanced slowly as alien fleets collapsed around them. We did not strike first, the message said. We prepared. The channel closed. Earth did not chase survivors. It did not need to. The lesson was already spreading faster than fear. And the galaxy was learning, too late, what it meant to wake a quiet world. The galaxy had never felt fear like this before. Entire fleets were gone, erased without battle or warning. Command channels filled with broken messages, half-finished cries, and static. Then, one by one, those channels went quiet. Not jammed. Not destroyed. Silent. Across dozens of star systems, alien governments ordered emergency shutdowns. Councils stopped debating and started hiding. Admirals who once spoke with confidence now whispered, afraid their words might somehow be heard. Earth did not advance. That was the most terrifying part. Human ships held their positions near the ruined battlefield. They did not chase fleeing vessels. They did not press deeper into alien space. They simply waited, suspended in the darkness like judges who had already reached a decision. Observers struggled to understand this behavior. No species with such power had ever shown restraint. Power usually rushed forward. Power usually demanded tribute, territory, submission. Earth demanded nothing. In the Galactic Council chamber, leaders from surviving species gathered in emergency session. The room was filled, but no one spoke at first. Every display showed the same image, the empty region of space where fleets had once been. A senior delegate finally broke the silence. "Why have they stopped?" he asked. No one answered. Then a new signal appeared. It did not override systems. It did not force entry. It waited to be accepted. The message was short. Plain. Human. You attacked our home. The room froze. We defended it. Many leaders expected threats to follow. Demands. Warnings of conquest. Instead, the message continued. This response is complete. The transmission ended. No signature. No symbol. Just Earth. Fear spread deeper than panic. If Earth was finished, what came next? Would humans return to silence? Or was this only the beginning of something worse? In the following days, the galaxy changed its behavior. Fleets pulled back from human space. Borders were redrawn without discussion. Trade routes shifted to avoid Earth by wide distances. No one challenged it. Star systems once loud with activity became careful and quiet. Military drills were cancelled. Expansion plans were deleted. Even pirates avoided regions near Earth, as if the space itself was watching. Human ships slowly withdrew, slipping back toward their planet. One by one, the strange platforms around Earth sank back beneath the oceans and continents. Energy readings faded. The planet dimmed again. Earth was going silent. But now, the galaxy understood what that silence meant. A group of alien historians began to rewrite their records. The war was no longer called a victory. It was renamed a mistake. Human actions were described with new words. Restrained. Measured. Final. Children across distant worlds learned a new lesson in school. Humans were not the strongest species. They were not the fastest. They were not the largest. They were patient. In one hidden human facility, the commander watched the final system reports. Enemy fleets had retreated beyond range. No hostile movement remained. A junior officer asked quietly, "What if they come back?" The commander looked at the dark planet rotating slowly on the screen. "They won't," he said. He paused, then added, "And if they do, they already know the cost." Above Earth, the stars returned to their usual patterns. No weapons fired. No fleets gathered. Just space, calm and wide. The galaxy had chosen silence. Because breaking it again was a risk no one was willing to take. Earth did not need to rule the stars. It only needed to be remembered. Years passed, and the galaxy healed in quiet ways. Trade slowly returned. Borders settled. New alliances formed, careful and limited. But one thing never changed. No fleet moved toward Earth. No council spoke of human space as an opportunity. No admiral suggested testing the silent planet again. Earth remained still. From orbit, it looked unchanged. Blue oceans. White clouds. Green land. Human cities were rebuilt, but not rushed. Life returned step by step. Humans focused on their world, not the stars. That choice confused the galaxy. Power like theirs usually demanded expansion. Yet Earth stayed home. Alien observers sent reports, always from far away. Humans launched no great fleets. They built no empire. Their ships traveled only when needed, and always with purpose. No threats. No shows of force. Just presence. Over time, stories spread. Not propaganda. Warnings. Older commanders told younger ones about the silence. About fleets that vanished without battle. About weapons that did not chase, but waited. Those stories were not told with anger. They were told with respect. In council halls, Earth became a rule. When debates grew heated, someone would say, "Remember Earth," and the room would calm. When expansion plans crossed certain maps, lines were redrawn without argument. Earth was not marked as forbidden. It was marked as final. Human representatives rarely spoke in galactic meetings. When they did, they spoke simply. Clearly. They did not threaten. They did not beg. They stated facts. And the galaxy listened. Historians struggled to describe what had happened. It was not a conquest. It was not a defeat. It was something rare. A boundary. One historian wrote, "Humans did not seek to control the galaxy. They only showed where control ends." On Earth, the command systems remained, hidden and ready. Not active. Not idle. Maintained quietly by people who understood the cost of waking them. Children grew up knowing the truth, not as pride, but as responsibility. Teachers told them, strength is not loud. Strength is knowing when to stop. Human leaders never celebrated the war. There were no statues of victory. No holidays of destruction. Memorials were built instead. Names carved into stone. Silence honored. That silence carried meaning now. Far away, in a distant system, a young alien officer once asked his mentor why no one ever attacked Earth again. The mentor looked at the stars for a long time before answering. "Because Earth answered once," he said. And that answer was enough. The officer asked, "What if humans disappear someday?" The mentor shook his head slowly. "They don't need to be everywhere to exist," he replied. "They only need to be remembered." Back on Earth, the original commander stood older now, watching the planet from a quiet room. Reports showed peace. Stability. Distance. The galaxy was behaving. A junior officer asked him, "Do you think they fear us?" The commander considered the question. "No," he said. "They understand us." He looked at the screen one last time before turning away. Earth did not rule the stars. Earth did not chase power. Earth did not demand silence. Earth earned it. And in that silence, the galaxy learned the final lesson of humanity. Some worlds shout to be heard. Others speak once. And are never questioned again.